that same buttonhead that you and I saw the other day. Really nice little, I guess he's a 7-point, little 8-point, and just, you know, everybody just doing their thing, man, having a good time, feeding in the food plot, and then they all just.
Yeah.
I did find a lucky ball though on the road on the way in, so I'm gonna keep that. Would you?
Floated in there, didn't it?
Well, no, it would.
It's a baseball, eh?
Hank Aaron. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna hold on to that.
You're crazy.
Did you cook supper?
Yeah, I got supper already.
What you cook?
We just knew y'all had had one.
I've been frying chicken all afternoon.
What about y'all?
We just saw a doe and a yearling and a buttonhead.
Man,
And another big doe.
it's a pretty evening.
Yeah, we went to the alligator cross stand.
Oh, did you?
That tree it's in every time. The last 2 times I hunted that, they wear you out. Yep.
I know Wilbur killed one of the biggest deer out of it.
That's right, Troy. A few years back, I was able to be in the right place at the right time for this big boy. And what a show he put on for us that afternoon. Man. What an afternoon. You know what? All these years, I've said it before, I'd say it again, thank you, Lord.
Well, it's like Lake said, that deer was by himself, and there was the only deer there. For some reason,
If you'd have had one doe in front of him, you'd have
every
been picked
time.
out. I know.
It's late. Even when he's quiet, he's loud.
It was a pretty afternoon though. Golly, it was pretty.
Beautiful. This is a bow hunt day, wasn't it? Cool.
Man,
breeze
heard some gray
blowing.
ducks flying over.
Well, let's
All
go.
right, let's go eat some of that fried chicken.
Hello, I'm Wilbur Primos. All these hunts are exactly as they happen. There's no fancy edits, there's no stage scenes. The calling you're gonna hear is excited calling, but all these hunts are as they actually happen, and that's why we call it the truth about hunting.
When the truth began in 1987, we had no idea where this journey would take us. 30 years later, we're still having fun. Welcome to Primo's Truth About Hunting.
Primo's Truth About Hunting is brought to you by Bushnell, Savage, Federal, Matthews Archery, Drake, Mossy Oak, Polaris, and Primo's Hunting. Speak the language.
Bow season, as we know it, is coming to an end. Our regular rifle season in Mississippi and Louisiana is coming up this upcoming weekend. So Jordan, myself, and Delta are headed out to get some double bow blinds put up on some of our food plots and some different spots in those 2 states, and then get ready for Arkansas as well. Arkansas is more of a, we got some good food plots there, but we spend a lot of time in Arkansas hunting in the woods, and we kind of leave Arkansas alone because later in the year when our rut gets kicking about the second and a half week of December, a lot of those deer get pushed up in them big woods, so we kind of let that lay, and then in December we kind of load into Arkansas and sometimes go back to bow hunting. But knowing Jimmy Primos, he's going to be happy that these are getting put up because I know that trigger finger of his is getting itchy. Come on, DD girl, let's go, load up.
We always get asked, why do we have multiple blinds and stands on our food plots? Well, there's 2 answers to that one. One, we like multiple blinds so we have several different options to hunt no matter what direction the wind blows. And 2, some of our bigger takeout plots are 5 to 10 acres in size. So multiple blinds and setups get us closer to whatever parts of the plot the deer are hitting the hardest. And with the rut just around the corner, a lot of rutting evidence is beginning to pop up all around the bigger food plots. While Troy and Country get the blinds and cameras set up, Brad decided to try a morning bow hunt near the river in a heavy thicket.
Rag in the top of his head. Little hole right there in all that greenbrier. Looks like they one we got pictures of. Looks like he's probably 4, but it could be 3. He might be one of them deer that struggle from the flood bad. I ain't gonna shoot him. And he's probably 4.5. But I still think he could be 3.5. And with the extreme flood we had last year, nobody's ever experienced this as far as biologists, and we don't have any data where their body weights are average. You know, their horns are 20 to 40, 50% off what they could be. On an average year, he would have been a Pope and young buck. We just don't know. If I'd have thought he was really old, I would have shot him. I don't think he's really old. It was a good encounter, though, on a pretty morning one at Lake. Lake and I have 2 good options to hunt this afternoon. But there's one more spot that we've been talking about. We want to go look at it in a little more detail. This is one of our good takeout plots. You can tell they're already wearing it out. The main brassicas are heavy on that other side, and they just got a few mixed in on this side, but then wheat over here. We got a double bull there. We got a southeast wind. I ain't got my phone interrupted, but southeast is gonna be like right there. Like our wind's gonna be blowing from the blind back that way. And typically the deer come from the north side, but mainly they all come from that end back in there. But this thing just looks so good. It is littered with tracks. I mean, every 10 feet you walk, you see fresh track. And it just rained 4 days ago, so this thing is really, really littered with. And this is on the far end. Look at all the tracks right here. I need to shoot my gun a time or 2. I ain't shot it this year. Be sure it's on, and then we'll be back over here about 3 o'clock.
This segment of The Truth is brought to you by Black Gold and Ripcord. Brad has decided to carry the boomstick this evening here at Cottonmouth. He's checking the Savage 6.5 to be sure it's on target from last season. And it looks like she's still dialed in.
Good hit. Well, she's still on from last year. Okay, so here's the plan for the afternoon for Lake and I. I just shot at 200 yards and hit the middle target. First time I shot the gun all year. So this morning we bow hunted. We're hunting in Mississippi, right on the edge of the Louisiana line, and we had a decent 8-point, not one we let him go. We had him at 15 yards. But just across the line there, we got this big takeout field, and it just looks really, really good. Lake and I walked around and looked at all the brassicas and all the fall blend and everything coming up. We're gonna take the old 6.5 out this evening and go sit in that big field. It's a huge field. It's like 15 acres. So we're gonna gun hunt and scout at the same time. Let's go, Lake.
Meanwhile, Troy and Country head out an hour after Brad and Lake.
This particular week has blown in every direction on the compass. It has blown out of the north. It has blown out of the northwest, it has blown out of the northeast, the south, the southwest, the southeast, west, east, north, south, east, and west. And today, we have a south-southeast, more of an east-southeast in my world. It's given us an opportunity to hunt a place, we call it the Pawpaw Patch. It's got a persimmon tree right in the middle of the patch. And Jordan and I went and looked at it yesterday, checked the trail camera, and there's just scrapes everywhere. And I know this time of the year, it's a lot of smaller bucks and mostly nighttime activity, but I'm a firm believer that if the bucks are there, at some point in time, there's going to be a day that they're going to start coming out in the daylight hour. And if I can be there, I'm going to be the man that's going to be there. I don't want to wait till I'm getting pictures of him there to say I need to go there. I want to go there and say, ooh, there he is.
Coming out this morning, Lake and I, this takeout field, for whatever reason, it's just the soil type, the way got a little more rain here that might have missed another part of Cottonmouth, but it is absolutely beautiful, and the deer sign is crazy out there. So the first time Lake and I ever deer hunted Cottonmouth, and it's hard to believe it's been 6 years ago, was in this field right here on the other end. That was Lake's first time here, and I remember that first afternoon. It was a nice 3.5 to 4.5 year old 10-point, and we tried to shoot 10s here at 5. And Lake's eyes were that big, and he's like, "You're not shooting him?" I was like, "No, I think he's too young." But anyway, it was in this very field. It's hard to believe, like, it's been 6 years, me and you, been hunting Cottonmouth and all the other guys. But Lake and I, for whatever reason, we always hunt mostly together. But maybe that 10-point will come on out. Maybe he'll be 8 now. Or no, he'd be 10.5 now, wouldn't he?
We really hadn't hunted here a lot. We just kind of, you get to the point to where you got so many places to hunt on such a big place, and the wind does this all the time. But having these places available when you do have jacked up winds is key. Being able to move in when you have to. Yesterday, when Jordan honed the camera here, we went to drive off, and there's a road coming in the back of the plot over here. It was just lined in huge scrapes, big old rubs. You just never know. I mean, these big deer, they ain't traveling right now. They ain't moving much. They could walk right down this road and just keep on going and never walk in front of the camera, which was pointing in this direction. So we'll see. Good thing is we here. So we got 4 eyes, 5 counting the trail camera, and we'll see what happens tonight.
With all the deer sign Brad and Lake saw earlier in the big field, they had 100% confidence in this evening's hunt. But as the sun gets lower and lower, they realize they've gotten skunked. And they cannot believe it.
Well, Lake and I just sitting here kind of talking in disbelief that we hadn't even seen a single deer. You know, last week they saw a lot of deer, but they had some really good cold weather and high pressure, and they moved, but now it's all weather driven right now, all weather driven. That's okay, because the closer we get to December, the less weather driven things are. We're gonna see them sometime.
Troy and Jordan had a little better luck than Brad. They see several deer throughout the evening. Including some nice young bucks that look to be getting a little fired up during this pre-rut.
Over the last few years of hunting here at Cottonmouth, we've been blessed, and these last couple of weeks, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's been tough. That river, Almighty Mississippi, she has reared her ugly head a couple too many times in the last 5 years, and this last one, it was rough, but we ain't giving up.
Hey, Brad.
Morning, guys. How's it going?
Dang, you up and rolling early.
All I know is I slept good last night. That big old steak Jimbo cooked for
I
me.
know it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I always
got
said
some other work to do.
There's 2 things that Jimmy's incredibly well at: cooking and curmudgeon.
He always cooks a good steak. I
Why
look
you
forward.
always on me?
Because
What did I do to you?
nothing. That's the problem. I ain't hunted with you in like a week.
It's been a good week. It has.
Yeah, but the last 2 times we hunted, we saw a lot of deer.
Yeah, we did.
And you missed a coyote.
Oh man, I tell you.
Where you heading? You got something?
Yeah, I got to go across the river. Got some
You leave?
Oh, you gonna
got some
meet-
real estate work to do.
You got some work to do?
I got a
Got a
meeting
deal?
at
Got a
10.
deal? Man, I hate to see you go.
We saw a pile of gray ducks come over the other night, Jordan and I, just one big wad coming from the river, coming from the east, coming over to get in Big Lake. Like a
Look,
big wad.
I don't care if it's gray ducks or mallards or what. I just want to go shoot some.
I know where they got some pool dudes.
I'll go where you do them.
Huh?
All right, guys. Good luck.
All right, be careful.
Y'all let
Be
me know if
careful,
y'all.
buddy.
I'll check in with y'all this evening to see how it goes.
We ain't gonna be here. Jimmy's not. We ain't letting Jimmy go hunting.
Yeah, we are.
No.
Jimmy's going.
I'll send you a picture of a big buck tonight.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
I ain't done. You going anyway if you want to go or not.
I'm gonna go. I don't know who he thinks he is.
Exactly.
Miss Jane's gonna call him about 2 o'clock. Tell him she needs him.
And like she said, he gonna say, "You figure it out. I'll
Handle
see you
it.
tonight."
Handle it. Handle it.
See ya. Everybody's gone home. Brad, Jordan, Lake, except me and Troy. They all had things they wanted to do, but heck, the Mississippi gun season just opened up. We got some beautiful weather today. Cool, clear. It's been a slow week, but maybe this change of weather will get things kicked off. Me and Troy, we're here. We're dedicated. Right, Troy?
Amen.
We got a spot picked out that's always been lucky for me down at, in Mississippi called New Ground. And we're going to go down there and got a double bull set up. Wind's right. We're going to see what's coming out. I finished the season out here last year. Shot a real big, nice 8-point buck. Got a couple of good bucks out of here. But, we've been bow hunting. We've been hunting mainly in the woods. And we really hadn't seen a lot of deer. And, it's after that big flood we had that water stayed in here till June, July, 1st of July. We're starting to get some pictures of some good bucks at nighttime, but they really hadn't been moving during the day. So I'm kind of excited to be in here. I think this will give us a good idea of what we got down this part of Cottonmouth.
As the afternoon rolls along, Jimmy and Troy see several deer. After watching these does and a few younger bucks for a while, they spot what they've been waiting for.
Here comes another one. Where? Left of the big tree.
Oh yeah, I can see him through the blind. He's walking out now.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot him, Troy.
Yeah. Hang on. He's going straight to those other deer.
You ready?
Yeah, just wait for him to stop. Right there, Jimbo.
Okay, hang on. Okay, ready?
Yeah, get him. I'm talking about.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jimbo.
We got one. All right. We've been bow hunting for. It's November the 24th.
Yeah.
Gun season just started in Mississippi yesterday, and we've been bow hunting since the middle of October for over a month and 5-6 weeks. And Lake killed a buck, good buck last week, but that's the first buck we've really gotten. And this river, being the flood and all that we had the water didn't go down here. You can see the watermark on the trees. Right now, we'd be 12, 15 feet underwater right now in last June, July. And that's how long it took that water to leave. And it's really changed things. It really, number one, it ran our deer off. Some of them, I don't know if they've even come back. We lost a lot of deer probably too from the flood, from famine and drowning. It's good to finally get one on the ground. And Lake and Jordan and Brad, they had to leave. They got, they had obligations they had to go to.
Brad's hung with his family, and then there's me and you.
Yeah, the two amigos.
Let's go see you, buck, buddy.
All right, man.
For the surround view stakeout blind as seen on The Truth, visit primos.com. This segment of The Truth is brought to you by Ozonics and Tight Spot Quivers. Brad Lake and Jordan bid adios to Cottonmouth for a few days. That left cousin Jimmy and T-Roy the entire farm to hunt.
Well, you probably recognize this food plot. It's one of our favorites. It's down in Mississippi. It's a big, huge food plot. Because usually you see a ton of deer in here.
We call this the New Ground Plot.
Where is he? Towards that old big tree.
To the left of the big tree.
Jimmy didn't see what he calls a ton of deer this evening, but he did see the one that counted. A big, pretty, mature 8-point.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jimbo.
We got one. All right. You know, that surround view worked perfect. We were looking out here into the main part of the food plot, and we could see these deer come out through the blind, you know? We weren't even looking that way. If it hadn't been that see-through screen, we wouldn't have seen them. They'd have been out in the food plot before we got turned around. That's a nice deer. Nice old buck. Look at the body on him. This thing, on his body, his horns ought to be a lot bigger, but our deer, because of the flood and everything, their horn size has gone down this year. But this is a fine old buck. Yes, sir. Mississippi River bottom buck.
That was a beautiful afternoon.
Yeah, it was.
All right, let's get this old boy loaded up. That's what them boys get for going home. They missed out this afternoon, Jimbo.
Yeah, they did. I'm glad it's us that got one, not them. Let's head back to camp.
And I'm glad you pulled the trigger, Seaton, because guess what? Now we got some back straps for supper.